Good day, senior high icons. Welcome to our new lesson for English 100 subject. And for this week, as you can see, we will be focusing on extemporaneous and entertainment speech. So once again, I am Miss Laika B. Alarcon, and let's start. So for today's discussion, we will be covering these topics. So we will be starting off with the definition of extemporaneous and entertainment speech. We will be also discussing the 3 steps in studying and preparing extemporaneous speech or extemporaneous topic. Also, we will be discussing the aims of entertainment speech. We will be discussing how to make your speech entertaining and the steps in writing an entertainment speech. As a recap, when we say extemporaneous speech, we are referring to a kind of speech which is planned and prepared. This speech is actually delivered with the help of short notes and clear outline. Extemporaneous speech is commonly practiced if we are doing short interviews or interviews, in which we have the idea and we are somehow prepared for the questions that we are about to answer. Now let us deal with the 3 steps in studying an extemporaneous speech. First thing is you have to identify the type of questions that you are about to answer. So we have actually 3 types of questions. So here are the type of extemporaneous questions. So we have to identify whether it's a question of fact, is it a question of value, or is it a question of policy. For question of fact, those are answerable by yes or no. Questions like, are you happy, are you contented, or are you single are examples of question of fact because they are all answerable by yes or no. Next, we have question of value. Question of value are questions regarding morality, whether something is good or bad, or something is acceptable or not acceptable. Questions like, is career more important to you than your family? And what is your opinion on sex change are just examples of question of value. Lastly, we have question of policy. Question of policy are questions regarding the rules or policy which should be followed and implemented. Questions like, what do you think about juvenile crimes and life imprisonment? Or, what is the most ideal punishment for a rapist? Are just examples of question of policy, wherein it refers to the policy that must be followed or implemented. Next, after knowing the question that you will be asked, you have to also determine the topic, whether it is informative or persuasive, so that you will have an idea on what strategy to use to make your speech more effective and so that you can get the attention of your audience. And lastly, you have to stick with your topic and look at all sides and angles of the topic, so that if a question will come out of the blue, you are ready and you are prepared to answer them with full confidence. And here are the steps in preparing an extemporaneous speech. So we have reinforce, capture, develop, introduce, check, supply, and conclude. The first one is reinforce. For reinforce, you have to research about your topic. You have to look at all sides of the topic so that you will come prepared. Next, we have capture. For capture, we have to think of a central idea or a topic that would surely get the interest of your audience. Next, we have develop. For develop, we have to map out the supporting points in an outline. Once we have enough information, we have to write it down and we have to form an outline so we can see all the informations that we have researched or that we have collected. Next, we have introduce. We have to make sure that your introduction can grab the attention of your audience. So you have to make it attention grabbing. Next is to check. For checking, you have to develop at least 3 main points which will support your topic. This will serve as the body of your statement. Next, we have supply. In this stage, we have to make sure that each main point has enough examples and evidences. Next, we have conclude. We have to end our speech with an impact. Now let us deal with entertainment speech. An entertainment speech, unlike other speeches, is a speech which is done to entertain the audience. It aims to share goodwill, give joy, and give pleasure to the audience. We deliver entertainment speech to make our audience relax, enjoy, and laugh. But how can we make our speech entertaining? You can add some jokes. Or you can also share funny stories. Aside from that, you can share heartbreaking stories. And lastly, you can recall a scary story. Remember, entertainment speech isn't just about making your audience happy. It can also make them sad or make them brokenhearted. So here are the steps in writing an entertainment speech. We have choose, enjoy, simplify, visualize, and surprise. First one is choose. You have to choose a light topic. Remember, you are there to give the audience a good time. You have to avoid choosing debatable topics or serious topics. Next is enjoy. If you have confidence and you obviously enjoy the moment, the audience will enjoy your presence too. Next is simplify. For simplify, you have to make your speech short. Remember, your audience does not need a mentally exhausting message. Next to that is visualize. Your words should be highly descriptive. Use vivid words and keep them flowing to make your audience feel as if they were in your story. Lastly is surprise. Astonish your audience with unexpected twists in your presentation. The more you surprise them, the more entertaining your speech will become. And that would be all for today. Thank you so much for listening. I hope that you have learned something about extemporaneous and entertainment speech. Thank you so much and have a great day. See you all next meeting.